Multiple trucks and forklifts carry loaded pallets as an excess of backed-up supplies waits to be distributed to Gazan civilians in need. This is the Shalom crossing, a small maze of tall concrete walls and gates connecting two large parking lots for loading, unloading, and maneuvering trucks on each side. Israeli army units work to keep security. Dozens of civilians provide logistical services to bring in food, water, medicine, shelter, and much more. The halted abundance of goods in Gaza has been making headlines globally as countries blame Israel for a famine the Jewish state emphatically denies. In this context, the IDF took a group of correspondents to the crossing to expose what was happening on the ground.
Today, we are dealing with the logistical difficulties of the United Nations in carrying out its role to collect and distribute the aid from the Palestinian side of Kerem Shalom and to distribute it inside Gaza Strip.
The head of the Civil Affairs Department of Kogat, the civil administration which is in charge of all distribution into Gaza, says that thousands of pallets remain undelivered to those in desperate need.
We can move more aid into Gaza. This is not the bottleneck. Israel and the security screenings are in no way the obstacle of humanitarian aid entering Gaza. We are enabling it. We are facilitating. To date, around 14,000 trucks with aid have entered Gaza, carrying more than 700,000 tons of food, medical supplies, shelter materials, infrastructure equipment, fuels, and more. These are not numbers that the UN presents. The UN speaks of 26,000 trucks, which means there's a gap of 50% between the numbers that we know and the numbers that the UN present.
However, much of the world still believes Israel is trying to starve civilians in Gaza. Dimitri Diliani, spokesman for the Fatah reformist democratic factions, describes the situation in Gaza as a result of what he termed an Israeli genocidal, claiming that Gaza has been systematically deprived of essential resources, leading to a collapse of its economy and infrastructure. Colonel Elad Goren validates Israel's position.
As evidence, with large volume of aid, we can see that we inspect more trucks than the organizations are capable to distribute. The fact is that only a few dozen meters from here, in recent months, 1,200 trucks have accumulated. You will see in a minute 14,000 pallets on the other side of the fence. This is an aid for a month to Gaza, and donors are paying for this aid. Last May, 6,359 trucks were brought through the crossings, but the UN collected only 1,479 trucks.
Major David Baruch told the media line there is no famine in Gaza.
I think it's safe to say, and even United Nations reports have come out this, there is not starvation in Gaza. Hamas is interested in only bringing misery to the Gazans.
Colonel Goren highlighted 3 additional areas Israel is trying to improve in the Gaza Strip.
Second, to improve the medical response in the Gaza Strip, both in terms of local and external capabilities. Third, to improve all aspects of sanitation, including sewage, wastewater, and clean water. And fourth, facilitating movement within the Gaza Strip to make it possible for a humanitarian organization to operate safely inside Gaza.
We're allowing the cross of medicines and fuel. Fuel is a significant part of humanitarian aid. These trucks can't move without fuel. Trucks inside Gaza need to be able to move around. If they're not going to be able to move around, then they're not going to bring aid to anyone. We're cognizant of that. We're well aware of the fact that this is a necessary thing, and we're actually bringing in fuel. I don't know many countries who bring fuel into their enemy territory.
Standing between Israel and Gaza at Kerem Shalom crossing, this is Natan Klabin for the Media Line.